I'm going to try to read a page from Stephen Runciman's The Kingdom of Jerusalem. At this juncture in the story, King Baldwin II's reign is winding down. And I think this passage really provides a good glimpse into the workings of nobility and also of Stephen Runciman's writing style. The Middle Ages, nobility, and so forth are all new to me. And I think Runciman has been very clear in sort of acclimating the reader to the whole world in which this history is occurring. Baldwin's next important task was to arrange for the succession to the throne. Queen Morphia had borne him no sons, but there were 4 daughters, Melisende, Alice, Hodierna, and Joveta. Alice was now princess of Antioch. Hodierna and Joveta still were children. Melisende was to be his successor in conjunction with a suitable husband. In 1128, after consulting his council, he sent William of Bourges, together with the Lord of Beirut, Guy Brisbare, to France, to ask the King of France, Louis VI, to select from the French nobility a man suitable for this high position. Louis recommended the Count of Anjou, Fulk V. Fulk was aged about 40, the son of Fulk IV, Retchen, and of Bertrada of Montfort, notorious for her adultery with King Philip I of France. He was the head of a great house that during the last 2 centuries had built up one of the richest and most formidable appanages in France, and he himself, by war, marriage, and intrigue, had considerably added to its extent. That very year he had achieved a family triumph in marrying his young son and heir, Geoffrey, to the Dowager Empress Matilda, the only surviving child of Henry I of England and heiress of England and Normandy. A widower now himself, he had decided to abandon the family lands to his son and to dedicate himself to the service of the cross. He had already been to Jerusalem on a pilgrimage in 1120 and was therefore personally known to Baldwin. So notable a candidate, backed by the King of France and endorsed by the Pope, Honorius II, was readily accepted by King Baldwin, who had been anxious that his arrangements for the succession should be to the liking of the barons of his kingdom. It would be impossible for any of them to dispute the claims of a warrior prince of such eminence, married to their king's eldest daughter. Fulk left France in the early spring of 1129, accompanied by William of Bourges and Guy Brisbare. They landed at Acre in May and went on to Jerusalem. There, at the end of the month, Fulk and Melisende were married amid great festivities and rejoicing. The arrangement had the approval of the whole country, with perhaps one exception. The Princess Melisende herself was unmoved by the short, wiry, red-haired, middle-aged man whom political advantages had forced upon her. Please pardon me if I'm butchering those names. It's one of the troubles that come with educating yourself as opposed to learning this stuff in school.